Hey Waffle Gang, I do hope you're well. My name is Mark and today we're checking out some more relationship stories, and if you do love a Reddit story, why not consider hitting that like, subscribe, maybe that notification bell too, and let's crack on with today's first story, which comes from Miss Real Red, who says, "Am I the asshole for altering my mum's wedding dress?" This story involves me, 27 female, my sister Abby, 31 female, and my mum, 60 female. I'm getting married next year to my wonderful fiance. We are very happy and excited. My mum has a beautiful wedding dress that I have always loved, and so has Abby. We have both always said we would love to wear it one day, and mum has always said we both could. Abby is single. She really wants to find someone, get married and have a family, and I want that for her too. I want her to be happy, and she will be an amazing mum. I know she is happy for me getting married, but she privately said to mum how difficult she was finding it that I was getting married before her. So I asked mum if I can wear her dress. Abby was there. She says yes, as she has said all along I could. However, I am a lot shorter than my mum and sister. I also have a bigger bust, so the dress needs to be altered to fit me. I spoke to a seamstress and asked if it could be done in a reversible way. She said the bust could be taken back in, as she will out in a panel, or something similar, but even if the hem is turned up and pinned, wearing it all day will likely damage it. She doesn't think it can be let back down. I rang mum after to check if this was okay, and she said yes, so I went ahead and told the seamstress to do it. Well, clearly mum told Abby about it because she rang me up screaming at me that I had ruined the dress and that she was promised it by mum. I'm a horrible sister, being selfish and stealing this from her. She finished the call by telling me not to contact her and hung up. I was so shocked I didn't say anything, but I've been carrying on and off for the last 2 days. She said she won't come to Christmas if I'm there. I don't want to cause problems with my family. I'm sorry my sister is sad about the dress, but I don't know what else I could have done. She was there when I asked about the dress and didn't say anything. It was obvious it would need to be shortened, and it's still mum's dress and she gave it the green light. Everyone is pissed at me because my sister has pulled out of Christmas. My fiance says I did nothing wrong. Am I the arsehole here? And we do have an edit and an update to this post as well. But usual role says no one's an arsehole here. I do understand her being upset though. If she'd gotten to wear it first, it sounds like you would have been able to wear it easily after her. But due to the alterations needed, she can't wear it after you. But if I were the mother in this situation and both my daughters wanted to wear the dress but allowing one to do so will require alterations that can't be undone, I don't think I'd let either of them wear it. Anything says, could you wear the dress for the ceremony? Only with reversible alterations made, then wear another dress for the reception. It's not uncommon for brides to switch dresses at their wedding. You're the arsehole for knowing how much the dress meant to your sister, how hard a time she's having with you getting married first, and then deciding to completely ignore her and not reach out to her about the dress before making alterations. The dress might be in your mum's ownership, but if you care about your sister's feelings, why wouldn't you include her in the conversation about altering the dress? Mutants at Table 9 says, "Unfortunately, you're the arsehole because of this," and quotes, "My mum has a beautiful wedding dress that I always loved, and so has A. We both have always said we would love to wear it one day." And then says, "So you knew your sister wanted to wear it, but only checked with your mum about the irreversible alterations. What were you thinking? Of course you should have asked your sister too. And no, the dress needing to be permanently shortened is not obvious. I'm no tailor, I have no idea what goes into adjusting wedding dresses. If you ask me, they're all long as fuck. I don't know what's reversible or not. If I were you, I would tell the seamstress to hold off if it isn't too late. You and your sister need to have a discussion about this together and patch things up. It's not fair if you're the only one who gets to wear the dress simply because you got to the altar first." Asanth says, "You're the arsehole. As a seamstress, I can tell you that the chances are low that wearing a dress with a deep, temporary hem for a day would ruin it. It would have been reversible. You apparently didn't even try that option. You just chopped off the bottom irrevocably. That's pretty selfish since you and your sister both wanted to wear the dress." Arrogant Eggplant says, your mum is the arsehole for setting up this shitty dynamic where she made you the golden child and tells you about your sister's secrets and allows you to destroy something meant for both of you. You're the arsehole for enabling your mum's favoritism. Honestly, it sounds like your sister should just cut you all off. And one more comment from Schnorb who says, everyone sucks here. Your sister is being very dramatic and not offering constructive solutions, but neither are you. You should have checked with your sister, since you know she wants to dress too. Explain the situation and work out something that works for both of you. Maybe there's another family heirloom that can go to her. Alterations that can be undone to replace the skirt that you would at least partially pay for. Even if there's nothing to be done, just go ahead with what you want without even talking to her is an arsehole move. So first, OP supplied an edit which says, wow, the comments are split, but this made me realize ultimately I have fucked up on this. I rang the seamstress to ask if she has started working on the dress yet. This all happened in the last 2 weeks and she hasn't. So I told her to stop, don't do anything to the dress yet. I'm going to ring my sister, hopefully she picks up, and let her know that nothing has happened yet, and hopefully talk it through with her and apologize for not calling her when I called mum. I'll update when I have tried to talk to her. Someone then asked about the dress, which OP replied and said, thank you so much for the detail in your comment. Between you and several other seamstresses that have commented on here, I definitely need to take it to someone else. I know basically nothing about clothing alterations, so just took the seamstress word for it, and that's on me. Thankfully, she hasn't started yet. The dress is made of silk and it has ball gown style. It does have a bit of a train. It's also got off the shoulder straps and not big puffy sleeves like most dresses from the 80s. There are some silk roses on the dress that match the headband and veil. I say it's obvious it needs to be shortened is because my mum and sister are 5'6" and I'm 5'1", so there is a big height difference. Still trying to get hold of my sister, as I said in my edit. OP then finally gets hold of their sister and updates the post again and says, I finally managed to speak to my sister. We had a long talk and it's got better and more messy at the same time. Turns out my mum told her I just went ahead and did the alterations, not that I called her and she okayed it. So we are both very pissed at mum right now. She said she would come for Christmas, but it's going to be icy. I apologize for not calling her to let her know about the alterations. She also said sorry for screaming at me and after a while admitted she's having a hard time seeing me get married before her, but did acknowledge that it was her issue and not mine. She said if I wanted to wear the dress, I should. As far as the dress goes, I have no idea what to do. It's a beautiful gown, but all this really ruined the sentiment for me right now. If I do decide to go ahead and wear it, I'm taking on all of the advice and going to see several other seamstresses first. But I may just get a new dress instead. Also, some of the comments in private said some really horrible stuff about my sister, and that's not okay. Thank you for the judgments and feedback. And OP's update, when they were saying it, I was thinking, yeah, why not just get another dress and just be done with it? It sounds like it's more aggro than it's worth. And like OP said, kind of ruined the sentiment for it anyway. But I know everyone's different with sentimental items. But as always, when someone puts a post on Reddit, I just love the whole mix of people you get. You know, seamstresses flying in and giving their advice and saying you could absolutely temporarily alter that dress and it wouldn't be a problem for a short amount of time. I gotta say, it's one of my favorite things about this post. There's so many people from all walks of life that have their own input, and not all the time, of course, but you know, they have their own professional input. Seamstresses, absolutely amazing. But what do you guys make of this one? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And let's move on to another story. And our next story comes from the True Off My Chest subreddit from a throwaway account who says, I ghosted my husband after I caught him messaging my best friend. Hi. I would just like to say that I'm currently very overwhelmed and just looking for someone to vent to, so yeah, bear with me with the spelling and grammar and all. I'm just going to skimp on a lot of details because I know they're both on Reddit regularly. I hate them and I don't want them to know I even made this post. Not yet. So, a little backstory. I met my best friend when I was in middle school. My parents were going through a divorce and I had started getting bullied at school. My best friend, let's call her H, Hannah, for home wrecker, Hannah stood up for me one day when things had gotten really bad at home, and I was just letting the kids at school torture me because I couldn't deal. Since this day, I've looked at her as some sort of guardian angel. She was smart, pretty, and all around it girl, and she wanted to be friends with me. Hannah and I had decided to go to the same college, and when we both got accepted, we were over the moon. And it's here where I meet my husband. I didn't do so well on my finals, and Hannah decided she was going to take me out to cheer me up and celebrate the end of, and it says SEM, but I'm guessing it's term or something like that. I'm not sure what SEM is. We went to this bar that a lot of people from my college go to. We had a few or so drinks before Hannah's boyfriend called to let her know he was there, and she went to meet him out front. That was when my husband Luke came and sat next to me. He sparked up a convo, and we had just hit it off. I mean, we talked for the rest of the night, and by 3 a.m. he was asking for my number so we can go out another time. Now, I hadn't really dated. A few flings and hookups here and there, but he was the first person I felt like I wanted to get serious with. He's funny, smart, handsome, a bit older than me, but so easy for me to relate to. It wasn't long before we actually did get serious. We blended our friend groups and started hanging out all together, which is when I'd first noticed Luke and Hannah had started getting close. I thought nothing of it at the time. In fact, I was so happy that the two people I valued so much were getting along so well, but now I feel like a complete moron. I don't even think I could have seen it coming. I mean, we moved in together after a year, and she had a long-term boyfriend. But anyway, we got married after 3. In total, he and I have been together for 11 years. Our entire lives were blended. We have the same friends, we share an apartment, we adopted a cat. I just can't wrap my head around this. I literally only found those messages because my computer died and I couldn't find my charger, and he left the tab open. We were messaging on Facebook. My husband doesn't use Facebook. I was in daze for months. At first I couldn't believe it. His fucking password on his laptop is my birthday. I make fairly good money at my job, and I knew I couldn't stay with him. So I waited. I started looking for a new job and saved for the entire year. I'm sure he didn't notice how distracted and distant I was because he was too busy fucking my best friend. I finally found a new place and immediately made plans for me and my cat to bounce. I took as much as I could in my car while he was at work and drove a whole 2 hours away to my new apartment. I've been so busy just trying to figure out me that I hadn't actually had a moment to actually take it all in. I'm so angry. It's 3 a.m. and I'm supposed to be enjoying a long-awaited break, but I'm just so angry. I'm feeling so much right now and it hurts. If they wanted to be together, they could have just left me out of it. Why now? Why not 8 years ago? Why marry me if you so clearly wanted her? Why marry another man if you wanted your best friend's boyfriend? Why continuously lie and betray me but smile in my face as if you both love me? I blocked the both of them for now. And I know I'm going to have to eventually tell Hannah's husband because he's such a good person and he doesn't deserve this, but I know I'm just not in the right mind right now. Edits. So, hi. Oh my fucking god. I did not expect my dysfunctional breakdown rant to go viral on TikTok. I was never planning on coming back to this page, but now I feel like I kinda need to. Lol. So first of all, I would like to clarify a few things. I was completely done with Luke and Hannah when I found the messages. Specifically because I remember when I said I was getting bullied in middle school. Yeah, it was because my whore of a father got caught having an affair with one of the teachers at my school, and her daughter just so happened to be in my grade. I got to witness the destruction of my own family, and then bear the punishment of what happened to the other family he destroyed. And my mum stayed with him, despite it not being the first or last time. She quit her job and spent all her time trying to keep a man that just wanted to hurt her. So yeah, I will never forgive or have any sympathy for a cheater. And for those of you wondering, my dad is a narcissist and he did ruin any relationship I could have had with any of my other family because they didn't like him. So that's why I didn't have anywhere to go. It was so bad that no one wants anything to do with me or my mum. As for what I had planned to do to Hannah and Luke, I was collecting evidence for a whole year and he had become more reckless as he thought he was in the clear. My soon-to-be ex-husband has been trying to get me since he came home. Left my wedding and engagement ring on the island. He's been messaging me through social media for quite some time, begging me to hear him out. Perfect. I need you all to understand that Hannah's husband would chop off his own balls if it meant making Hannah happy. I had to have more than incriminating messages. So I went to my husband and told him if he told me everything, I would consider going to couples counseling. I was lying my ass off, but he did, and I'm not sure how much I believe because he's clearly a liar. He claims they've been hooking up since the beginning of 2019, which is when we had a really rough patch because he wanted to try for a baby. I was so confused because we had both wanted to be child-free up until that point. He had been really pushing it, and I really didn't want to, especially with the virus. Now that I think of it, it makes sense. He was literally trying to trap me. Everything is in his name because I was building my credit. I'd be forced to stay with him, even if he got caught. But anyways, I'm going to be taking this confession I recorded straight up to Hannah's husband, with all the printouts of Facebook messages. I will also be making a big group chat for all the family and friends to see. Here's to fucking with the wrong bitch. OP then updates the post which says, so it's been a hot second since I've been on here, and I do have a lot to say. It's only been like a month, and since I decided to talk to Hannah's husband, shit hit the fan. I finally found the nerve to go and talk to Hannah's husband after talking to a friend who had visited town. She helped me see that it would be easier to tell him and be there for him because I didn't get that when I found out. I went to his house at the time. I knew Hannah wouldn't be home. He was surprised to see me because, and get this, Hannah told him that we had a huge fight because she told my husband that I was cheating on him. I forgot to mention that Hannah's husband, I'm going to start calling him Adam, is pretty close to Luke. So she told him I moved basically because I was a coward that was too scared to face my actions. Laughable, I know. Well, I told Adam what really happened, showed him all of my proof, and he thought I was lying. She told him I would try this because I was jealous of her and what she had with him. I didn't want to show him that recording. I really did not, because I know hearing my husband say it was like salt in the wound. I will never forget the heartbroken look in his eyes when he looked up at me. I've never seen him cry, but he cried for over 3 hours. He then told me all of the shit she was talking about me to all of our friends. She has been for years apparently, but as of late, he said she talked about me like a bitch off of the street. And he told me that she was most likely jealous of me because he admitted to her in high school that he found me attractive. She never said anything about this to me ever, and she has absolutely nothing to worry about because I would never have done that. Also, he said it was just an innocent crush and he never even thought of acting on it, but he told her because they were trying this open communication thing in their relationship because Hannah had got caught cheating and basically gaslighted him into thinking it was his fault. She told him she felt like she could never talk to him about anything and she felt like he was getting too close to me. I found that weird because 1, we have never been close, 2, she never told me anything, but according to Adam, Hannah is so insecure in her relationship about me, she thinks that he and I are the perfect couple. We have nothing in common other than both of us being black. So not only is she a lying see you next Tuesday, but she's a lying racist see you next Tuesday. I went home sort of in a daze. I honestly did not know how to feel about any of that. A small part of me was begging Hannah to have a reason for hurting me this way. Like maybe I did something to hurt her and she never told me. But nope, I have nothing to do with that. She just did this because she could. I've been sulking over that these past few days, and then yesterday I get a call from the hospital. I was lost because why would the health center be calling me? At first I thought it was a scam, but they left me a voicemail, and the rest of this story will be a retelling from my ex. Apparently, Adam went to my house a day or so after I met him. He came banging on the door and first punched my ex in the face, and then Adam told Luke that he didn't deserve me. After that, Adam proceeded to tell him that he and I were now dating and that we were going to be celebrating being without him at a ski resort on Christmas, Luke's favorite thing to do on his birthday in December. Luke just let him do that and apologized to him the whole time. But after he went to his room and swallowed a whole bunch of pills and woke up in an ambulance, he tried to end himself, but someone had called 911. I assume that the neighbors called because the commotion with Adam, but now he's on suicide watch at the hospital. Now I want to specify that I will not be getting back with my husband ever in this lifetime. He broke my trust in a way that is irredeemable way, and I don't want to be with someone I can't trust with my heart. However, as of now, I'm trying to be there for him. I might hate him, but I also still love him so much for a reason I can't explain. I'm still going to be divorcing him, but as of right now, I just need him to be alive and okay. Beyond that, I have since exposed Hannah to all of our friends and family. She called me 30 times one day and sent me a flood of messages. She switched between begging me to talk to her and telling me I ruined her life and she hates my guts, to saying I ruined our friendship over a man and blah blah blah. Girl, you are delusional and I don't care. And since I know you're going to see this post just like the last, I'm way prettier, kind, hardworking, and more compassionate than you'll ever be. Luke went to you because you made yourself available. Your husband wanted me because you are too much of a selfish, raging bitch to treat him like your boyfriend and not your doormat. You are a coward, a user, and an evil person. I'm not to block you. I enjoy watching you spiral in my messages, but you really need to seek help. Wow, what a roller coaster that one was. But now I'm going to turn this story to you guys. What do you guys make of this situation? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now, just a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for getting involved in today's stories. Your love, your support, and your time always means the absolute world to me. So thank you so much for being involved. And hopefully I will see you in the next one. Take care and much love.